Welcome to Why Do. It's your boy Wale.
Tay.
And we're the co-hosts of Unfiltered. We're here as today's like Black People for the Why Do episode.
Kyle told me he was gonna pay me. So.
You getting paid?
That's what he told me.
That's some bullshit. But check out our podcast. Links below in the description. Unfiltered the Podcast on Instagram. Unfiltered the PC on Twitter. We're on Linktree. Check us out. But here's Why Do.
I'm Mark. I'm from Buffalo, New York. I work in marketing consulting, and I'm today's whitespert. I think from day one, I've been white, and I think I knew it pretty quickly.
Round one.
So why do white people think it's okay to put raisins in cooked meals?
I kind of got strong feelings about this. Do you have like cranberry sauce at Thanksgiving?
Yeah, but it's not like full-blown raisins in it.
But it's got cranberries, dried cranberries, which are sort of.
I mean, it's kind of the same. I don't eat cranberry sauce,
the same thing. But they like feel the same. It's just a tiny little fruit that like adds a little sweetness to something. So when you balance it on a dish, you got something that's like a little more savory.
So like, have you ever had like potato salad with raisins in it?
Not potato salad. No, I think potato salad's.
Do you think that'd be good?
No.
What dishes do you usually put your raisins in? Or have you had raisins?
Well, like a basic one is oatmeal. I feel like.
Oh, I mean,
raisins
yeah,
and
everybody put raisins.
Yeah, but anything that like fills that. No.
You never put raisins in oatmeal?
No.
Okay, well.
I'm thinking like breakfast foods, where anything that's like bread pudding or something.
I've seen somebody put like raisins in like a shepherd pie.
So that one kind of works because it's like, it feels the same. Okay, hold up. Think about it.
No, wait.
Shepherd's pie.
I was on your
chicken
side
pot
till you
pie,
said that.
All these things have got like, they've got like a soft bechamel
like a mushy
sauce,
texture.
Yeah, they got a mushy texture. So you need something that's adding a little.
So you add more mush to it.
Well, only slight mush, but you can't have anything like straight up crunchy in there. And
I'm not a big fan of like.
It's just a little bit of sweetness coming through the rest of
it.
it.
Yeah, but
I don't taste nothing sweet.
It's just
raisins in my chicken though.
Yeah, it's just not. I can't see myself dipping like some raisins in some gravy, like with a chicken pot pie. It's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and toss some raisins in here. Like that's just not. That's not it. Because what if your chicken pot pie come out like purple or something? Then you mad.
In my head, chicken pot pie is like a similar type of flavor as like a Thanksgiving dinner. In which case, I'm putting a little bit of cranberry sauce, a little bit of mashed potatoes, a little bit of turkey in every bite.
I mean, I guess that makes sense.
To me, it's the same thing.
I can't fade it.
Raisins, but did you say raisins and beef stew?
No, he said shepherd's pie and chicken pot pie. But shepherd's pie is basically just beef stew with mashed potatoes on top. On the low. Like it's like hamburger meat and then carrots and peas and stuff.
I'm sorry.
It's sweetness that like holds up a little bit. It's not like adding sweetness to the whole dish. It's just a little
raisins
bite.
in life.
I'm like
there's some of those like bigger yellow ones that make out of green grapes that are like a little bit bigger.
So
I like those.
This is when like that Food Desert Life comes out because I don't know
regular
what
raisins.
Yellow raisins are.
Well, I said where I'm from.
They just purple.
Never seen them. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just a little bit bigger, but they made out of green grapes. But it just adds a little sweetness that like doesn't fall apart into the rest of the dish. So it's not like a sweet dish still, but you can get a little bite of it.
I think I was with you on the breakfast food, but then when you went to the chicken pot pie and the shepherd's pie, I can't.
Salty sweet. You gotta have both.
Nah.
It's a balance in a dish.
Salty sweet, in my opinion, is like, and this is gonna sound like super stereotypical, but like chicken and waffles, which I actually had yesterday and it was fire. So just thought about that.
But that also is like, it's sort of adding the same thing and like
I think
making a little more like breakfast food.
I think for me, I'm a texture person and I don't really do like mushy for real. Okay. So like if you add in raisins, that's just extra mush and I'm just not gonna do it. And it's already just not supposed to be there. So
name a dish that you put raisins in.
That's not a typical dish.
I don't know. The first one that came to mind when you asked was chicken pot pie, but I feel like raisins fit in some casseroles. If you're doing anything with like a bechamel sauce where it is just kind of like a mushy, creamy dish in a big pot.
So would you put,
if it needs a little sweetness,
raisins in like a green bean casserole? Because I know that's like a, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's like a big white thing. Like y'all do green bean casserole.
Yeah, green bean casserole. I do love green bean casserole.
See.
But I wouldn't put raisins in it. I would do that with cranberry sauce. But it's the same. It's doing the same thing.
I've never in my life.
I don't know what it is, but it just looked like green beans with like gravy on it.
So like,
That's,
you put
I don't-
raisins?
I mean, it kind of is.
Yeah,
So
no,
you,
good.
you agree to put raisins?
No,
Nah, he says no raisins.
But I'll do like cranberry sauce next to it. But I think it adds sweetness without mixing it all together. It's just a little bite of sweetness.
Maybe my raisins just don't be sweet.
Or maybe we just don't think to put raisins in stuff that we like, because it's just not in black culture for us to put raisins in those types of things. Now the bread pudding I was with, the oatmeal, because it's like breakfast kind of,
But this also, like, I'm not putting raisins in everything, but if there are dishes where it's like, I don't
put
really
raisins in like everything, like potato salad, like I said, the shepherd's pie was the case that I just had to put my foot down. Was just like, the fuck is this?
Round 2.
I've had numerous experiences with my like Caucasian counterparts where they like are very comfortable with their like house pets being near the food while they're cooking or while like once it's prepared. And in a black household, like that just doesn't happen. Like our pets aren't even allowed in the kitchen type thing.
Okay.
Like my cat comes in the kitchen, but it's like because his bowl is on the edge of the kitchen so he can eat. So it's like not messing up the floor.
I got us fucked up in my house. My dog know to stop the threshold.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like it's not a thing. Like I don't know. Is that like a thing for you? Has that happened in your life?
yeah. So when I was growing up, our kitchen was just sort of in the middle of everything. So like, it had 3 rooms connected to the kitchen.
Yeah.
So for the dog to get anywhere, it was kind of walking through the kitchen. But being a dog and liking human food because it tastes better than their little gross dog food, it's like they would hang around.
Did your dog eat at the table with you?
No.
Do you know anybody that does that?
Probably. I think, yeah. I wouldn't do that if I had a dog. But I do, like, if I'm snacking on something and it's just something I know, like, a dog could have, I might give it a bite.
I've done that.
Alright,
Like if I'm eating some grapes or something, and I'm just like, hey, here's some fruit, and I toss him a grape. Or I can put it in his bowl,
Yeah, because to me that's the same thing where it's like, if we're just eating at the table, as long as the dog's not like jumping on the table.
Alright, so I guess I'll give my one of my experiences. So I was at a friend's house, and we had ordered Chinese food.
Okay.
And I'm sitting in a chair somewhat similar to this one. And so her cat comes over, and like I'm sitting here eating, and the cat's like right here.
Yeah.
And like I don't want to be rude because I'm like it's not my cat, but like this cat about to catch the hands because like we don't do that. So she started sniffing. I like kind of moved her, and then she immediately went over to my friend and was like in her face, and she's like feeding her, like while she's eating.
Yeah.
It was
So
different.
our dog was always like, it knew not to go to the guests because then we would kind of like
Yeah, nah.
go mess around. But
don't
for
get
now,
this
it's
restraint.
like, if we were just having dinner and like we were wrapping up, there might have been like scraps. Like someone cuts off the end of a steak a little bit. Might just give that to the dog because it's like, well, we're going to throw it out anyways. The dog's going to love it. Then just feels like a nice gesture to
Yeah,
an animal.
I mean, it's
Gives
like a
me
treat.
a lot of pleasure.
I can understand that.
Boom.
I
Give
just
you a
don't.
scenario. We go to Jamie's house. Jamie cat jumps up on where the food is at, licks the macaroni and cheese.
Yeah, can't do that. Can't do that. Because then if anyone
Can a
else
cat
is
jump
eating
on
it,
the table? Period.
I mean, we had a giant ass dog.
Oh,
And, like,
I mean, well,
so
yeah.
Your dog jumped on the
I think
table.
I
No,
think
okay.
the more problem is usually cats. I think that like people tend to let cats do a little bit more because it's like it's hard to control cats. on
Fuck
the
that.
level.
Cats
Cats are
lick
creepy.
everything.
You said what?
Cats lick themselves every
Yeah, I mean dogs lick at themselves
they-
and everything too, but cats also are very gross. But I don't know. I'm very fearful of like potlucks and shit because of this very reason. Like,
Because you think a dog licked the food?
no, I just don't think that people are as hygienic when it comes to their food as I would like.
Okay.
So like my mother was a chef for years, so like I'm very particular about
Got your
like
station.
food hygiene
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So like I just off principle and from what I've seen, I tend to avoid the dishes made by like my white coworkers. Usually because I'm not sure if they have pets or not, and I'm like, if you do have a pet, there's a high likelihood that your pet was around this food at some point. So I think I'm gonna just go ahead shower.
So even just like cooking, dogs in the room.
No, I mean he can be in the room. Yeah, I mean like So like the way that my house is right now, it's like the kitchen and the dining room are like, it's like open space, you know. So it's like I can be in like the same vicinity, and you cleaning up, but like the dog can't be in the kitchen or like close enough to where
I don't know in any household that I've been in, ain't no motherfucking pets nowhere near no food at any point in time.
So you mean to tell me at no point was your mother cooking and Max wasn't sitting at the threshold of the kitchen door?
Well, that's not in the kitchen though.
I just said
it's
that.
not around
You
the
just
food.
you just got this like real disgruntled over what I said, but you just said the same thing.
Is it like the fear that the dog's gonna jump on the counter and start eating it, or is it just?
I don't want my dog. I don't want no cat. I don't want no rat. I don't want no bird. I don't want nothing around my food. It got different heads. It got different germs, and I don't need it. Point blank period.
My man said no coronavirus for me.
Nothing. I don't need it. I look,
Bruh.
stay with it. I don't even like my dogs in front of the thresholds. I don't got no pets
I agree.
in my house. I'm not going to my other house. That's true.
Yeah, my cat was inherited, but like he know not to come in the kitchen, so we don't have these problems. So I don't know. I just
We never had a problem with it. We caught her once, like she jumped on the counter, and then we were like, "It's over." Kept her out of the kitchen for a bit, but like once she learned that, she just kind of like came around. She would hope that someone would give her a little scrap of something, like if we're throwing around anyways, might give it a snack. Yeah, but she was never like
looking for a dream.
I mean, that's all dogs do.
A begging dog is like
I want treats
the most heartbreaking thing you've ever seen.
Exactly. So I guess we were wrong to let her just always be there, because then we're tempted to just be like, all right, have a bite. But
so it was her house, and y'all just kind of lived there.
I mean, yeah, yeah, I would say so. She was the matriarch.